welcome to today's episode of A-List Podcast, the first one. I've got A-List Head of Partnerships and Growth, Denzil Washington, and Louisa Andersson, the what do you do?
I'm a mood manager.
Mood manager and
Also head of operations.
and head of operations. So pretty much anything that has anything to do with content management, with anything user related, and anything that has anything to do with businesses, partnerships, etc. So basically venues, all the partners, Denzil and his team take care of. And Parham, I'm the CEO of A-List as well.
Perfect. I think, Parham, while you've got the floor,
Yeah.
I think burning question: what is A-List?
Interesting question. So I'm going to answer that with a little bit of a story of how A-List came about. I mean, currently A-List is a marketplace connecting social media creators and businesses in a very simple way, let's say, just like Deliveroo, Talabat, or Uber Eats, or any other platform around the world like Glovo, where you go and find the restaurants that you would want to order from. But here is instead of the people seeking, is creators going into the platform, finding businesses that they would like to collaborate with. These businesses could range from hotels, restaurants, F&B industries, name it really, and any business that can use endorsement of creators for their product or services. And creators decide what business they want to work with. Obviously, they get to only see businesses within the filters set by the business, meaning if it's a barbershop, if it's a male barbershop, only male creators get to see the offer. And if it's a beach club, everybody above the age of 18 gets to see it, or 21, but depending to the rules of that. Yes, go ahead. You want to say something?
21.
21, yeah. I mean, we run the platform in other countries, but in Dubai, 21. Don't go to the beach club if you're below 21, or if you do. So yeah, that's pretty much A-List. But if you look at it from a platform, but the goal of A-List is to take out the hassle of wanting to connect with creators. Now, it's very easily possible to connect with 20, 30, 50 creators. If you want to do it manually, look at it, go through an agency. If I've got a burger shop, for the sake of the conversation, and I want to promote my burgers and send the product to 100 people or 200 people, I will have to go through an agency, pay a retainer fee, etc. Then the agency will connect to the creators through a group of individual humans, emphasis on the word human. I'm going to explain what I'm trying to say here. And then they will send a rate card, or you could do this in either way, or you could do this with the in-house team. Let's say you got 5 people managing this project instead of paying that retainer to an agency to do it. The difference between an agency or an in-house team would just be the fact that you don't need to manage the group of team members or individual humans that are going to connect with the creators. But let's say either or, you would have a group of humans reaching out to other humans, the creators, telling them what the product is, and if they're interested to work with them. If it goes well, then the creator will send a rate card of what they would charge for the content, be it video or story on Instagram or TikTok, etc. And I'm going a little in details just so you understand what exactly is the pain points that I'm trying to cover. If the creator agrees with the terms and the rate card, they will negotiate the prices. If that went well, then a contract needs to go out. They need to negotiate the points of the contract, and the payment needs to be made, at least a half of the payment. And then the business will instruct the creator on what are the unique selling point of that burger shop, for the sake of this conversation. Let's say they got a Beyond Patty burger and they have a homemade bun. I mean, there's a million different burger shops out in the world. So you as a representative of that business, you would want the creators to portray the business in the best way possible that you would to their following. So the instruction is quite a heavy step of the way. Once that's done, then the logistics around it, meaning you need to send the product to the creators. It's long because that is actually what you need to do. They will receive the product. Hopefully it goes well. They will create the content. They will have to send it back to you. You need to approve if it's okay. If it's not okay, if the product is used, now you need to repeat every step. Now, multiply this by 50, 100, 200 people. And that's if everything goes well. If anything goes wrong, no one's going to really sue a business or a creator. Working with 200 people, 500 people, and we have clients that work with 2,000 to 2,500 creators in 1 week. So it's just not really scalable when it's because there's so many humans that are doing this, and the more humans, the more human errors that we get. So we just built an algorithm, an AI-driven platform that really facilitate the connection between the creators and businesses. That was the long answer, but trust me, that's in a nutshell.
Long.
But
I think also it's important to see it from the other way around.
Yeah.
Like there's so many creators or influencers in UAE that wants to work with businesses.
Yeah.
And it's such a hustle for them to, first of all, get in touch with that business, if it's a restaurant or if it's an e-commerce platform, whatever. And then the manual communication starts from there. So for the creators to log in every single day on our platform and collaborate with hundreds of businesses, that's like a very cool way of living.
I think that just makes it also some sort of a lifestyle type of thing, where as a creator, you don't need to go find businesses that you want to collaborate with, email them, and then wait and see if they're interested to work with you, etc. It's just like, it's one app, it's one marketplace that you just log into and you see everything. And it comes over real because you actually decide what you want to work with. If you actually like a burger, you would work with a burger shop, and you're not paid to promote a burger even if you're a vegan.
Forced collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. You know what I mean? It's paid collaboration. And if it's paid, you will say it's paid collaboration, but you're promoting anything that you might not really fall in line with your morals.
100%. I think also, especially in this region, since there's so many people coming in and out, a business will never know what people to work with. About influencers, what type of audience do they have? What type of content do they post? So if a business just constantly says yes to people that reaches out to them, they're just burning their own money for the sake of getting nothing in return.
Yeah, I mean, the fact also that we vet all the users, but what I mean by that is it goes through a two-step verification. So first, once a user signs up, first they go through the algorithm that we've designed. So we understand the number of engagement, the number of real followers, the credibility of the audience, etc. And then it goes through a human step verification, which we make sure that there is no anything that can damage a business, the hate speech,
violence,
etc. Racism, none of those. Yeah, exactly. Certain things we can read through pixels, through AI. Some stuff we can't. So we make sure anybody that signs up and gets credential to use the marketplace actually is going through all of the, we do have a list of things that we need to check.
I think that's a question that gets asked quite often, especially from a commercial aspect. You speak to clients and they say, who are your influencers? Who are these content creators who are like, can anybody do it? And that's not the case. People apply and people are, asking us, can we get accepted? But they don't realize what goes into the back end. We live in an age where it's so easy to buy 100,000 followers, right? Now, what about people that have been influencers for years, right? So there's a lot that goes into that process. A lot of people are coming to us saying, well, yeah, we have 4,000 followers, let's be an influencer, but it's not all about your numbers, right? It's
Absolutely,
about
100%.
How are you engaging with your audience? What is your sort of response rate, your brand affinities, that sort of thing. So I think there's a lot more that goes into that one than what meets the eye,
Are you trying to promote yourself now, Denzil?
What? Well, Denzil
you only
Washington.
have 700 followers. And it's so sad that he's not a
Actually,
It's like there are some influencers that already have 4,000.
75% engagement rate.
It's like when my engagement is, for example, really high.
Exactly. Denzil Washington.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, his actual
version.
name is Denzil Washington, by the way.
Yeah.
For whoever's watching. So
That's sad but true.
I think it's actually cool, unique.
That's one of my USPs.
So
That's your unique selling point.
So just for all of the users or creators, influencers that signs up on our platform, don't be sad. Like, it's not our fault. It's our AI system. If you're not approved, work on your page and apply again.
Oh yeah, if you ever get rejected on your first application, you can always reapply within 2 to 3 weeks, and the system goes through it. Usually, if the first stage the AI approves things, its chances are very slim that you will get disapproved. Your application might be rejected on the second step. So as long as you have a good engagement, if you do have engaging content, if you have like quality content, and chances are something happened, and even sometimes we misjudged it, or our system misjudged the the profile quality and affinity that you have with brands. So just reapply. Every 21 days, you get to reapply. Am I saying it right? Is it 21 days? Yeah, I think it's 21 days. Yeah, there you go. So you apply, and then it doesn't go through after 21 days. Reapply again, and chances are it will go through.
In between,
Yeah.
remove all of your bots, your
Yes.
fake followers,
Yes, do that.
work on the content, and
So there are
work on your
actually-
engagement rates.
That's true. There are softwares and apps out there that can actually go and show you like what we mean by fake followers. Sometimes they're not even fake followers necessarily, but there are accounts that are not having any sort of inactive. There we go. That's the word.
Your
for
grandmother, as an example.
it. Yeah,
never
she's
doesn't log
dead,
into-
but yeah, if she was alive, if she
no.
was alive, yeah.
doesn't log into Instagram, but still has an account that follows you.
No.
Yeah, my grandma, 0 photos, follows,
Yeah,
2
logs in through
people.
a portal. No, exactly. Cool. So
Yeah.
I hope that explains it. Well, it was fun how it started. We actually wanted to solve a problem for ourselves. You guys remember that? I was a part of another tech venture, and we were having difficulty getting enough people to promote the app because it just took so long. And then we were a startup as well, and we didn't have like 5, 6, 7 people that were just sitting there going back and forth, and it was just so difficult. And we got to figure something out, right? We sat down and we just wrote an algorithm that could help us. There was no plans of turning this into a business at all. And bit by bit, influencers, creators started using it. They connected with us. We showed it to a few businesses. They were interested. And yeah, voila. We went pretty viral the first
Remember
year.
during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID. I mean, COVID was, it was very difficult for our other business, but it was very, very good for this business.
Oh, rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Rest in peace.
Other
Rest in peace. Many other businesses that we
That's
had
true.
and shut down through COVID. But I mean, that's how it is, right? It's life. So it was funny that A-list was about to shut down as well. We literally got 15 venues on board, and they were all walk-in. The idea of delivery was not a thing yet. And we're like, wow, it's been a few months we are working on this algorithm and the design, and we got few users, and this could be a business. So we sold it to 10, 15 F&B outlets, and we're like, whoa, you know what I mean?
You didn't even know the selling price either.
We didn't even know.
What
Yeah.
are we selling this
Yeah.
for?
But it was just we were throwing different numbers to find the sweet spot for businesses. At that time, we were not even charging many businesses. We were just getting really feedback from people to see what we are building, because nothing like it really existed in the market. Yeah, there were apps, there are companies that do something similar, but we wanted to just be a 360 solution. From vetting the creator all the way to delivering the packages to getting the content back, moderating the content, and that didn't really exist, right?
I think that some people think what we do is that we are a promoter platform, that we fill up businesses with people, or fill up restaurants with people. But as you're saying, we are really a 360 platform, and it's important to highlight that.
Yeah. That is what sets A-list apart from, I would say, most platforms that were out there or are out there now. So A-list is about vetting the creator, giving them a brief on a content, and the business being able to feed the system with actually what they need in return, and we curate that in a way that everybody really gets it, because otherwise every business will come and have 700 different points about their business, right? So based on the experience that we've had for the past few years, we understand are the points conceived best by creators usually, and no creator wants to get 200 different pointers of you need to do this in return for getting a hamper bag from a beauty salon or any other product. So I think we found the sweet spot there, but then it's also a huge point of using A-list for businesses and creators, I think, is the fact that business never needs to go and check the content that is generated. They can just start a campaign. We do have a huge team of moderation that is constantly around the clock looking at all of the content, making sure that the message is correct, making sure the content is posted correctly. And also the creator doesn't need to get so many instructions. I mean, creators are fed up of working with a business, and then the business representative say, I don't like the way you held that burger in that photo. It's like, what do you want me to do? It's like, you got to post another one. It's like, but I've already posted this.
I've already eaten it.
I've already eaten it. Yeah, there you go.
The creators get lost. I don't know where
so I think A-list became somehow a escrow, a trustee in between businesses and creators. So the creators know they are gonna get what they are promised. Now, back in the days, like, or very up until recently, it used to be the product was barter. But I mean, now we are monetizing as well, so creators can actually get paid. So they know they will get the amount that they are promised. They will get the tokens. They will get the fee that they're supposed to into their alist wallet, where they can cash out into their credit cards, debit cards, bank accounts. And the business is very confident that they will get the content to the quality that they want, because they have run it probably a trial for a few days. We have shown them how creators are doing what they're doing. And I think that is one of the unique selling points that we have, the fact that we are like a trustee between creators and businesses, and we collect all of the data, all the UGCs, and the business have the right of usage for these commercially and for ads, etc.
Also like a headache relief from both sides.
It is a headache relief, yeah.
It is.
I keep saying human interactions. I mean, it's great. We love working with humans, but once it becomes too much, there's error rates. Me as a owner of a burger shop, I understand my product so much more than a person that's just going to promote it one time. So if you want to keep on going back and forth and explaining this to thousands and thousands of people, it gets repetitive and it gets difficult and it's tiring. You know what I mean? So I think that's why we went viral, because we built the solution around the problem really that we used to face ourselves. And and COVID hit, I forgot. And joke aside, we were everybody called us there. Sorry, no more restaurant in order to pay you even. Sad times. It was about the third business that was going to go under as well. And so we're literally leaving the office. I've said this in another podcast, I think. We were leaving the office, me and my friend who we were starting this together. And literally, do you guys remember the curfew time? There was at a certain hour, your phone would get this siren thingy.
8 p.m. or something.
Yeah. So we had to have the staff out. I was working with a commodity company as well, so we had the license. We could go out and about. So we were still out, but the team had to be home. And I was leaving. I got this text message from a restaurant that I eat there all the time in DIFC. Not gonna mention names now. And they're like, "Hey Parham, how's it going? We deliver, by the way. Even though we're shut down, we still deliver. The chefs are at work." I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, they deliver. And so an influencer is still home. I told my friend, I was like, what do you think if we delivered? And he goes, dude, we don't got the logistics for this. And I'm like, I know, but I mean, we can build it. I mean, it's been months and thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not, already that we have poured into this. I mean, let's just give it a try. And he reaches to his phone, and he calls first business, and like, not interested. I mean, COVID, you don't know, it's very unprecedented time, and you don't know what's going to happen with your business, so you don't want to reach out to your pocket even for $500, right? Second business goes, like, curse at him, do not call me, our business is shut down. Third one goes, cool, how much is it? And he literally goes, how much is it? I'm like, I don't fucking know, we got $1,000. And he goes, $1,000. He's like, cool, send us the draft. Puts the phone down, looks at me, I'm like, what just happened? I'm like, I know, let's just, end of that day, we had 4 paying clients for delivery from restaurants that they didn't deliver before, which were only walk-ins, because now they started delivery. Yeah. And now we work with 2,700 businesses. Yeah. It was the virality factor, I would say, that really helped us get where we are. And
for sure. I think what also people don't know, if they're not, if they don't have the information about A-list, is that we work on scale. Like, we don't work, whenever we work with a business, it's not like we do a campaign and they are using 5 or 10 influencers. They are using hundreds. And that's why we're different than with an agency or someone that is working in-house, because one person or 5 people cannot handle hundreds of people every single month for their campaigns.
I think we are not even doing influencer marketing really, as per se.
Closest word,
closest word,
influencer.
exactly. Closest word to what we do is creator or influencer marketing. But like, we are not trying to replace you going to an agency and trying to do a brand affiliation with like 3 creators. No. You should do that, you know what I mean? If you want to work with somebody and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars for a direct brand affinity that you want to have with them, or if you want to have a brand ambassador. A-list is by no means trying to replace that. A-list is trying to put a product or a service in front of as many eyes as possible in the shortest amount of time and the most convenient and cost-effective way, without the need of moderation, without the need of checking all the creators, by using the creators' platforms such as Instagram and TikTok, because it's just, there's a sense of trust when you see a product being promoted by a nano micro influencer rather than somebody with like 50 million followers who's constantly promoting things.
You know it's paid as well.
Yeah, and once you're getting zapped with, hey, there's 20 of my friends in Dubai been talking about these pizza that it just came out from X product. You know what I mean? X brand. Then when you see an ad, you tend to take action. So the cost of acquisition really drops. I think that's what we're trying to do. So, but there is no direct word for it yet. So this is not by no means. You can do influencer marketing with A-list, but you can choose your influencers, which we didn't offer before. When we started it, we just wanted as many people to take the product, but then soon we realized that lots of businesses want to use our platform to manage their existing communication with creators and influencers. So we just added those options where now in their dashboard, they get to do whatever they want. But again, the goal of A-list is never been managing just 5 interactions, but rather use creators' platforms as much as possible to promote a product in the fastest time frame.
Yeah, so more like mass exposure, mass brand
exposure.
Awareness,
That's
getting
the word.
content every single day for businesses to stay relevant, but without the headache of managing everything.
100%.
So it's a perfect add-on, as you're saying. There's no such a thing, or there wasn't before us,
Yeah.
but we are the perfect addition, like another marketing activity that you should do your brand ambassadors. You should work with, I don't know, Karen Wazen. You should also work
What was
with
that?
A-list. She's a very nice influencer. We should put her on the platform.
Cool. Yeah, sure. Awesome.
But also with hundreds of people just promoting your product or service every single day, and with us taking care of it. I think it's just genius.
It's just about putting that product in front of, as Parham says, as many people as possible, as fast as possible. I mean, I sit down my sales team and I sort of say to them, and anybody in Dubai will know this, I use Alfred from insurancemarket.ae.
Oh
Sorry
my
for
God,
promoting them.
do not.
And you hear
You want to imitate? Go for it.
20,000 Google reviews. Like, as stupid
Sorry
as
if
it
anyone from
sounds,
Insurance Market is
like,
watching this.
yeah, like it sounds like it gives you nightmares, right? And I mean no offense to insurancemarket.ae, but everybody knows it, right?
Yep.
As silly as we may think or don't think it is, everybody knows it. It's on the radio, it's on the billboards, everywhere you go, and that's all that they've done for a year, 2 years. Now, 10 people stand in front of you. How many of them are using insurancemarket.ae? It's that sort of marketing, right? So as long as your brand is being seen by as many eyes as possible in the shortest amount of time, done.
Guerrilla marketing, right?
Yeah.
That's what we really do. We just put a product or service in front of as many eyes as possible.
Exactly.
Again, this is not trying to replace your Google ads, your Facebook ads, your influencer marketing. Like those are in their own place. It's like a digital billboard that is walking with you everywhere. Right? That's what I would say A-list is, but by using the creators' platforms.
Yeah. And as you were going into Parham, we have different also packages for different businesses' needs. In case you want to work with 500 influencers a month, you want to work with 50, but that are more niche or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe the head of partnerships and growth want to get into that.
So look, we have 3 main packages. Obviously starting at different price points, depending on your needs. You know, some businesses come to us, a hotel as an example, they want to offer a staycation. They don't want to do that at scale. They don't want to offer 200, 500, 1,000 staycations every month, right? So they come in on a pro package, you know, a dedicated account manager. You get to sort of pick and choose your influencers at your own leisure.
I have a feeling he's trying to sell a pro package right now in this podcast.
Look into the camera and sell the pro package.
Sell it now. Sell a pro package right there.
Choose your influencers.
And then, yeah, you know, we have premium, we have essential. We do every now and then run sort of for a month or two, we will run different campaigns based on, say, delivery. We have premium. You're looking at 120 creators. You know,
at the time of recording this podcast, only things might change.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
And yeah, you know, you can filter that through. You know, we sort of. You want to filter by gender, those sorts of things, those demographics. We have essential, entry-level package, 60 creators, and then we also at times run, say for an example, it's something that we've worked on quite a bit, Parham, is looking at what our content creators want as well as what our businesses want. And they might say to us, you know, we are really interested in working with delivery companies, right? And that's something that flies off of our platform, you know, anything, any sort of food delivery. So yeah, you know, it depends. 4 different packages. Obviously we have bespoke packages based on sort of bigger clients, but that's pretty much an overview.
Yeah. And you said the packages start with like working with 60 people. So
I was just thinking
exactly. So
about
that directly shows that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
60 people are going to endorse your product.
In 1 month.
In 1 month, but you could
2
technically
days.
do that in 2 days.
Yeah.
Depending of what package you want to pick up. I mean, we got clients that do 2,500. I'm not going to name a brand, but they send 2,500 coffees or cold brews in 1 week, right? In UAE, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So that's product placement in everyone's stories, and suddenly you're like, oh, why is everyone carrying a particular coffee in their hand, right? I mean, now you can see it's mass exposure, mass guerrilla marketing, really, I would say.
For sure. But also not to exclude any businesses, because we do also have a lot of companies that comes to us and says, I have a concert coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I want 500 people. So it's not only restaurants or hotels or car rentals, bike rentals. It's also like events. Like
anyone
we
with a
need
product or a
500
service,
people.
to be honest.
Exactly.
Any product or service. I mean, previously we couldn't maybe work with some companies, like if they had like building material, B2B companies, or real estate, because they didn't have a product to give to creators. But now after we've introduced the monetization for creators, all the businesses can just utilize buying points on the platform and then using that to pay the creator, where the creator gets to withdraw that into their account. And we have partnered with one of the biggest, one of the 2 big providers of credit cards, to give creators their own A-list card after they finish a certain amount of campaign. They complete a certain amount of campaign. They get a welcome pack and they get their own debit card where all their points really can be withdrawn into. They can use that card to purchase products or services from all the 2,700 businesses, at least in Dubai, that we work with, to get a 5 to 50% discount, or they can just cash it out. And yeah, that really opened the door to work with even that 5% that we couldn't work with because of the nature of the product that they had. But now, literally, I would say any business or service can facilitate the services.
But also with businesses that are very, very picky and they want to handpick their creators too.
And if you look at real estate that you mentioned, Parham, like, you know, how do people are trying so many out of the box abstract ways of trying to get buyers to their company, right?
Yeah.
But we've got a database of tens of thousands of influencers come to us. You've got a pro package, right? You handpick your creators. They
Selling
go
pro
over
package
there.
again.
Yeah, exactly. And then you literally just stand there and you say, we're going to pay this person 300 dirhams for 30 minutes of their time, or 500 X right, value. They come in there, they shoot the content, and that goes to 1 million people.
Yeah.
Where can you get that sort of value? Where can you get, for that amount of money, that a service that works that
100%.
well? So,
And that creator would not charge the same amount if the business reached out directly, because they have a rate card and they know what the hassle they need to go through. The amount of emails back and forth about did I like the content, did I not like the content. So if someone's going to charge $1,000 or $500 to work through A-list, they would at least charge double or triple that to directly manage that relationship with the business. And hopefully things go well and content gets released the way they want. But it's also, there's so many like contractual things that we are taking care of, like the right of usage of the content, or the contract that you get to own the UGC. Like, you need to have a team of lawyers also if you want to work with 2,500 creators in a matter of a week or 2, because there's so many moving pieces to the puzzle when it comes to content and usage, online usage of all
that's
this.
not something one person can do either. You've got to have a team of 10, 20 people to manage 500 content creators. Yeah, everything's done for you.
With us, it's just terms of service.
Yeah.
So it's standard and it's already in place.
I think.
Someone attacking your
No.
village again?
It's called my toilet, sitting on the toilet. Now, okay?
I mean, I was reading that thingy, and it was like someone attacked your village. I'm like, all right.
I think that we should talk about the user journey. And with user, again, we mean the creator, the content creator.
The creators.
Okay, so it's very, very fair and simple. Everyone can sign up on our website, alist.ae, promoting. Yes. So you just sign up with your personal details, your social media accounts, super easy. Then you go through the two-step verification. If you are approved, that means that you can log into our platform every single day and redeem different offers. When I say offers, that means that you can do a food delivery, you can go to a restaurant, you can go to a beach club, a concert, or you can rent a car. Just examples. Whenever you have chosen your offers for the day, you can do up to 4 at the same time. If you didn't know, oh wait, he's not approved, so that's why he doesn't know.
You can reapply every 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah, 21 days.
Then
21
you will
days.
get a brief from the business or from our side that says everything that you need to know: where to go, when, how to book, what to say, what type of content to create. And then whenever you're in the venue or you have gotten your food, you create your content, you post it online. Then it goes to our content moderators. They will make sure that everything is tagged, the
And
location
by posted
is
online,
correct.
you mean they upload it back into the app?
No, I mean the
Thank you.
live.
Right. Two steps.
They upload it on Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform that have been asked
Right.
to. Our content moderation team takes care of that everything is correct.
Correct. You're right. I
After
missed that
that, the influencer goes and also does a public review. That is also moderated by our teams. And the last step for the creator is that they just upload everything back into our system. And that is just sort of like, okay, I've done the offer, I'm done. Content
Here's
is
the UGC.
Exactly. So those are the very simple steps for user. And then you can go back the next day and you can go to another beach club, have another dinner and invite your friends and just have a good time.
And the offers
every
change,
single
and
day.
emphasis on the fact that the offers change. So
Yes.
log into the platform every day, because not every day you will see the same offers. And maybe your number of followers have changed, so you get to see other offers. Maybe your category has changed. You have completed a certain amount of campaigns, so your tier has upgraded. Log in all the time, take a look at the things
And
that you can
businesses
take.
also target different days. Like
Yeah.
there could be a brunch on a Saturday and not running on a Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, 100%.
It ultimately depends.
Absolutely.
I'm jealous. of
So
these
there's a
influencers.
gamification in there as well. It's fun.
I'm really jealous. Like there's so many fun things. So many fun things.
Sign up on A.
Well, I'm approved. He's not.
You approved yourself, probably.
Yeah, 100%.
Louisa approved this. So, Okay, yeah.
I did, but that's not a crime. Okay, Denzil.
Now, we'll talk about the... What is it called? If we have a look at the sales journey, right?
We hired
Our
him
head
for
of
this
partnership and
podcast.
growth.
I'm like, what journey are we talking about
Yeah,
now?
he's actually not the head of partnership and growth. We just found him, but when we
Yeah,
were parking the
I just-
car,
On
we
the
were like,
street,
can you
yeah,
come up?
exactly.
I just sit here and drink coffee and keep
Yeah.
the seat warm. When we look at the sales journey, it's pretty straightforward. Literally a couple of sentences. Leads come in either inbound or outbound. Obviously, potential clients come to us, businesses come to us, as well as we reach out to our connections, etc. Demo happens, proposal goes out. As soon as all of that sort of thing is wrapped up, we get account management involved. Louisa and her team sort of come in and support from day one. It's simple, ask the business ask them a number of questions. We say, what is the offer? What days are you wanting to go live with the offer? What is the campaign message? What is the tag, your Instagram handle, etc., etc. Once
So
all that's
everything that
handled-
you would need to previously go and explain to every single influencer, you would just feed that information either to the system directly, or you would go through your dedicated account manager. Most businesses, depending to the offer that they reveal, but usually businesses get a dedicated account manager that understands the product the best and feeds the system with those information, where every creator then gets to see that, right?
And we try and make that entire process as seamless and automated as possible. And we're a tech company at the end of the day. What point is there getting 100 people involved? It's literally step by step by step, and it's done. And a lot of people say to us, how quickly can we get a campaign up and running? And there are obviously adverse situations, but generally we say within 24 hours your campaign can go live. 24 to 48 hours max.
And that is when we're running hundreds of campaigns simultaneously.
Every day, hundreds of campaigns.
It's a
that are
beautiful
going live.
part of using a technology instead of relying on ourselves, right? For everything.
Yeah. But if you are in a rush as a business, you can go with a priority pass.
Oh, yeah.
Selling for you, Denzil.
Yeah.
Priority pass, yes. You can get a campaign running within 6 hours.
Yes.
I mean, again, and that's thanks
Pretty
to the tech on the back end. You don't have people that are creating every single campaign. Yes, there is a human interaction, but you know that entire process we try and automate
We've
as
had
fast as possible.
concerts and activations that like wanted to get people through the door within 12 hours.
Yeah.
And we've sold like 200-300 tickets.
We got 500 spare tickets. Instead of them going dead,
Yeah.
just advertise the hell out of it. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
Parham,
Yes.
30-second elevator pitch why a business should sign up on A-list.
As a business representative, or if I was in the marketing, I would want to focus on the things that I'm supposed to do instead of just managing communications. The goal for any campaign is to get the results as fast as possible. Why sit there and explain everything to every creator, hope for the best? The creator might give you the UGCs the way you want it. Maybe they don't. You need to go and do a contract. You need to, all of that is just a couple of clicks. Feed the system with your information and let us take care of everything else. Well, it's not really us. It's the system that does it. We actually calculated if we were to run this many campaigns, or we passed 30 seconds, but I've got to say this. If we were to run this many campaigns, we needed over 1,000 people if we were doing it as an agency. But we are doing the whole thing with like 60 people and everything else. And these 60 people include all the content moderation, all the approval processes, our finance, our sales, everything, which would be absolutely impossible to do if it wasn't for the technology and the algorithm that we designed. So
Efficiency is just seamless, very convenient.
yeah, I mean, why do we send
and
an email?
headache-free.
Yeah. Why do we send an email and not just write things in a piece of paper and then, you know what I mean, send it to another country? Because it just doesn't make sense anymore. Somebody build a system for it, an algorithm that you can use. We don't call taxis anymore, do we? Uber.
You used to, yeah.
Uber, right?
Very true.
Can you think about a day without using Uber or food delivery services? It's a transition, and I think we started it, and we are not going to be alone. There's going to be lots of other players in the field, because convenience is really what people want right now. We live in a world that people don't have the extra time as soon as they know there is another way. Up until the point that we get to know that, yeah, we don't use it. We still call the taxi corporation and wait for a taxi, and then they will confirmation, etc. But then once you get to know about Uber, there's no way you're gonna go back. Once you got Deliveroo, there's no way you're gonna go pick up your own food from the restaurant. And that's what A-list is Uber for creators marketing.
And all that does at the end of the day is just build. You build on convenience using Uber in the UAE. What happens when that branches out into the rest of the world? You know,
100%.
you start having a look at, you know, the rest of the world. Is Uber in pretty much every country on earth, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
What is the next steps for A-list?
I mean, it started with lots of businesses asking us if we are going to be able to help them in other countries through their other branches that they have. And we soon realized, okay, maybe Dubai was a great platform, a great start, but we are going to need to be in other places as well. Hence the reason now we are in UAE, not just Dubai, Abu Dhabi as well, Saudi Arabia. We got our operators in Spain. We got operators in Milan. We got all of Italy, starting with Milan. Paris. We will be launching ourselves in London, LA, and most of the North America before end of the year. Fingers crossed. I'm not gonna say Inshallah. Exactly. I mean, we said we're gonna do it, and it seems to be a bit tougher than we expected because there's so much regulations around this whole thing. But I mean, 2-3 countries are already in, and the goal is to actually run this in all major metropolitan cities, and then rest of the world.
I think if you think about it, you know, it's okay for a company or organization with 1,000 employees to open up an office in the UK, right? So that's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
When you're such a small team and you rely on automation so much, like you don't have the time in a day. Yes, we want to expand. Yes, we are able to do these sort of deployments, if you could call them. But yeah, it's obviously just getting the time to make sure that procedure is followed correctly, and then obviously delivering as well.
100%. And so if you're a business and you're still waiting for your city to light up, we will be there. Just give us a little more time.
The tech is there. It's just about running through those processes.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
The operation to just be in line with the laws, really. of the jurisdiction that we are going to launch in.
Saudi Arabia and the UK would be completely different rules,
Oh, yeah, 100%.
regulations, etc.
Absolutely.
Completely different markets, languages, cultures, etc.
Even when it comes to like the content that is generated, the moderation around that has to be a little different. Payment system, payouts needs to be different. We were already able to create payouts in other jurisdictions, and in Dubai we just very recently are able to do payouts to individuals. As you know, the regulation around it was very different. So yeah.
Yeah, so stay tuned, everyone.
Oh yeah.
A-list is taking over, and I'm going to all of the countries.